right now, as the Middle East boils over, everyone's asking the same question. What do you call it when you raise a flagpole? A lifting?
They call it a lifting. They also use another word, but I'm not going to use that word. You know what that is? The word, it starts with an E. You know what the word is? If I ever used it, I'd be run out of town.
We don't deserve him. We don't deserve him. But the other big question is, what does America first mean? Does it mean cleaning up our yard before focusing on others? Or is it about protecting us long term by turning Iran's nuke facilities into a giant kebabs are us? So which way is Trump leaning? At the very least, he's not like the last guy who would just fall over. But Trump ran on America first, and it means let's fix America first. A lot of people will drink to that. Or in Kamala's case, it's a coincidence. But it's pretty clear Trump's already fulfilling that mission. Look at the border, inflation, DOGE, bringing back industry, paring down regulations. It's not like he just got in and said, first things first, let's bomb the goat-loving mullahs out of Iran. I think we can agree that even if Trump's looking at Iran, his first priority is America, and he's weighing the options in the Middle East based on our interests first. But right now, the right's tearing each other to shreds. Because America first is now like Ozempic. Everybody has their opinion and no one's going to shut up about it. Just stop eating.
True.
Yeah. On one side, you got a crowd that says no more wars. Fair enough. Meanwhile, the other team says if Iran gets nukes, guess who's target number 2 after Israel? I'll give you a hint. It ain't Scotland. Too many sexy goats. Yum, yum. Look at that one. Of course, Iran would get annihilated with our nukes if they tried, but still, it's America's toughest choice since whether or not to deport the beaver on Maxine Waters' head. It's not just a war between Iran and Israel, you know. It's a war between frames of reference. You got one frame, which is we can't have another Holocaust, and we can't let a country that wants to destroy us have nukes, and we shouldn't let our ocean privilege hang an important ally out to dry. Then there's this frame of reference. We can't make the same damn mistakes again, like when we were lied to about WMDs, or when we're told that we would be greeted as liberators. We never are, lately. Plus, we have Ukraine to deal with. Whatever the outcome of joining a war against Iran is, a lot of Trump voters will think, I didn't vote for this. The only good news is that our frame of references are no longer plagued with opinions assigned to us by legacy media. They're irrelevant. No one buys their Thanks to Trump's transparency and a vibrant independent media, it's just us trying to figure this thing out. We elected Trump to handle stuff from a Trumpian perspective. And so far, he's doing that. He told the Ayatollah the 5 best words to make anyone nervous. I know where you live. It's a great prank. I send that to Killmeat all the time from anonymous email accounts. He has to move hotels every week. So Trump is doing Trump. He's stingy with blood and treasure, looking to avoid an all-out war so far. But also, you know, he sees Israel differently. To him, Israel earned it. They're doing the work instead of showing up with hat in hand. And it's not like they're delusional. Last time we checked, people do want them dead. But unlike the rabid neocons of the past, Trump does wonder what comes next. We do too. So can we say what America first means now? Do we protect our own by staying out or by stepping in before it's too late? Maybe it's defending your allies without sacrificing your sons, meaning you only go in if we're going to win, and win easily. That feels very Trumpian to me, in that the best war is the one that you win, you know, just by showing up for a friend. Let's welcome tonight's guest. He says life is a highway because he lives under a bridge. Founder of StudioTSD.com, Michael Loftus. As a former locker room reporter, she's seen more men's junk than Fred Sanford. Host of the Self-Defoya podcast, Michelle Defoya. Her baby already wants to ban the Fed. New York Times bestselling author and Fox News contributor Timpf. And And they had to use the Space Needle for his tetanus shot. New York Times bestselling author, comedian, and former NWA world champion Tyrus. Loftus, you know, if Trump or America strikes Iran, it may end up as a pile of rubble. As someone who lives currently in similar conditions, do you empathize with Iran? What side are you on?
I don't like to think of myself as a rubble dweller, as I'm mortgage deficient.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I have an allergic reaction.
You are roof challenged.
Yes, I am drywall challenged. I just want to know, how long are we supposed to act concerned? Because, like, Americans aren't going over. There's not going to be boots on the ground. So, like, Israel's going in, knocking out the nuke facilities and the scientists, and we have to be like, oh, this is bad. This is bad. I'm okay with all of this. Absolutely all of it. It's not like Israel's, like, stopping Iceland from getting a nuke, right?
Yeah.
Iceland is, they have things like the wheel, and fire, and cable television. And, like, Iran seems like they skipped a bunch of steps.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
well, they were almost there, and then they went back.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think you need to put up a few decades of, like, we have Blockbuster Video, you know? Show us that you can participate in polite society before you go for the top rung of, we want nukes.
I'm not sure where you stand on this issue, though, because you're saying you're okay with bombing him, but we're not getting involved.
Right.
Okay.
It's like we're letting Israel borrow our lawnmower.
Yeah, okay.
They're going to bring it back, and the grass is going to be cut.
Yes. Michelle, I'm sure you have friends on both sides of this debate. Where do you land? Do you land anywhere? Do you land on the fence, which can be harmful to your bowel?
Yes, it can, and you would know that. You would be the expert on bowels. He is. So, you know what? Here's the Marjorie Taylor Greene posted this. Anyone slobbering for the U.S. to become fully involved in the Israel-Iran war is not America First MAGA. Okay. I didn't know America First meant America only. I don't think it does. And by the way, Iran hates us too.
Yeah.
At least the Ayatollah does. He'd like to dispense with the big Satan just as much as the little Satan. So this is not just Israel's war, in my opinion. And by the way, as you mentioned, they have done a staggeringly good job, Israel, of going in and taking out all these pinpoint attacks and these targeted, deaths. It's been amazing. So they've laid the groundwork. It's not like we're going in and we're leading the way. Yeah. Now, they may need our bunker busters, and I'm all for it. I really am. And if we want to take out the Ayatollah, hey, he's 89. Doesn't have much more time anyway.
Yeah.
But I think that the big percentage of Iranians want their old life back. They want to be part of the modern world. And they are kind of with Israel on that. They have that in common. None of them like the Ayatollah. They're just under the jackboots. So I think we're on the precipice, Greg, of a world-changing moment. And I think we should take it and grab it by the horns and go.
All right, cats. I can feel Cat trying to pump the brakes. Pump the brakes, right? That's what you're doing right now, huh, Cat?
Yeah, my take is completely on the side of we stay out of it. Mm-hmm. I don't see any reason for us to be involved, and reasons that Iran is bad is not a reason for us to get involved, or that things would even get better if we did get involved. If you look at Libya, you look at Afghanistan, you look at Iraq, you look at Syria, didn't go so well for us. It's the same playbook. It's the same fear-mongering. We're all going to die, making people so afraid. A lot of people are motivated by fear in calling for this. Some people are motivated by money in calling for this. Many of the people calling for this will not have to go over themselves if it does end up in a boots-on-the-ground situation, which is something that I am concerned about. I don't want anyone's son to have to go die for another country's war, including my own, even though he's only 4 months old. Based on our history in this region, it could very much still be a concern by the time that he turns 18, okay? And I know that people are saying we're just going to get in and get out. I don't see any reason to believe that. I see many more reasons to believe that there would be even more calls for intervention when things collapse. I think that people calling for intervention on this are going to continue to call for more intervention in the future. And I just would encourage everyone to be skeptical. I understand being
I think
afraid.
we've been burned before with WMDs and stuff like that. But let me ask you one question before I move on to Tyrus. Is there a situation where you could see America enjoining any war?
Yes, but I think that saying there should be no war ever, that's not what I'm talking about. This is this very same playbook that we see. I don't see, I mean, just 3 months ago, Tulsi Gabbard said that Iran's not building a nuclear weapon. There are many more reasons to be skeptical than there are reasons to hop on board with this. And the people who say, okay, just this intervention, how long have they been saying just this intervention? Many of these same people. I have every reason to believe that just this intervention is the first, and many more times they're going to say, okay, just this one. And calling for intervention now is, to me, the clearest sign that they'll call for further.
Tyrus, what say you?
Let's get them. We've had, I don't know the exact numbers, but I believe 43 Americans have been killed with what happened with October 7th. We still have hostages out there. They tried to assassinate our president. They had 4 years to basically rebuild their nuclear stuff. That's why it's so deep at the bottom of the mountain. We don't know what they have in there. There is a weapon of mass destruction because they had 60 days to fix this. And they got comfortable in 4 years being able to do whatever they want. They built up their resources. They could have gone on to do other positive things, but what do? They loaded up Hamas, they loaded up Hezbollah. That's their army, and they decided to invade Israel. So America, how many times do we have to get little hits in the face? To all the people who lost their family members, to all the people who were waiting every night to see if their hostages were going to come home, or the ones that got home in the body bag. We always say one American death is too many. They tried to assassinate our president. That's another thing. At what point is it time to say, Iran, your time is up. It's time to make you new Persia. And if we bring those big, beautiful bombs, as he calls them, and place them in the right place, and their little mountaintop is gone, they have nothing left. They're down to this is the time where you need to support Israel, because Israel deals with a real existential threat every day. And Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Jordan are all in line this time. Everybody on the region wants peace, but there's one small little one. Syria ain't Syria anymore. Turkey ain't Turkey anymore. So Iran needs to become Iran. Past tense.
All right. A diversity of opinion here on Gutfeld. You don't see that anywhere else. Certainly not on Fox. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. Joking. Up next, Capitol Hill's crying clown. You're going to love this.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.